Welcome, people, to the second session of Empowering Dreams. We have with us Aniket Upadhyay from IUPUI, who has taken his loan from Prodigy. And we are hereby waiting for him. So we are hereby checking out his journey and how he would be looking at. For those who have just joined, welcome to Empowering Dreams Session 2. We are hereby with Aniket Upadhyay, who has recently pursuing his masters from IUP and he is looking at completing his course, and we are here discussing how he went about empowering his dreams. So I'm just checking him whether he's coming online. He started following us, so we're just waiting for him to join in. Just a minute. Yeah. Okay, we're just waiting for him. So okay, so here he comes. Minor technical glitches. Okay, just a minute. Where are you, Aniket? I'm not able to join in. Aniket, you request me to come in. Can you please do that? Sorry guys, just hold on. He needs to click it and then we join the meeting. Okay. Okay, yes. Okay, Aniket. Aniket, you'll have to rotate the camera, please.
Yes,
Now I
extremely
can see you.
sorry for it.
Okay,
Hello, how are you?
marginal glitches in terms of technology. Welcome, Aniket, to our empowering dream session. You are the second student who we are covering in this session, and
Thank you so much.
at EduLoans. And thank you for first of all being and what you're doing currently.
So currently I'm pursuing MS at IUPUI in computer science, and prior to that I have completed my diploma and bachelor's in electronics and telecommunication.
Mm-hmm.
So and post that I had been working as a software engineer.
Okay. And where
So
did you
just
work as a
a
software engineer?
master's in computer science.
So where did you work as a software engineer?
So I had worked at Simplicate Creation earlier years, like 2.5 years, and lead Majesco. So Majesco
How
Insurance,
and
which is also
okay.
IT.
Okay. How and when did you decide to pursue your studies abroad?
So while working as a software engineer, I realized like there is more to explore in this field. Since my bachelor was not in computer science, I had pursued it in electronics and telecommunication. So while working, I realized like there is much more to learn and explore in this field. So
Nice, nice.
masters was the best option to go through. Right.
Perfect. So, what are the major obstacles you faced when you were looking at studying abroad?
So basically, like there are several processes you have to go through, one needs to go through while pursuing a master's or let's say any bachelor degree. So to be specific about MS, like there are several hurdles we can say. So
Hmm.
first comes the entrance exams, then documenting your profile, application for the universities, and then one of the important things is finance, obviously, finance to study abroad, at US, UK. Finance is the major factor, and then comes the visa part. So of course, in fact, even for the visa, finance is more important. So these are
Edu loans help with the finance bit. So, tell me, what were you looking at from your financial lender, and how did what exactly did Edu loans do, and how did this whole thing journey start?
Mhm. So basically, what the process after the application is, you must be aware. Like once the student gets admit from the universities, they have to
Hmm.
show their financial status in order to get the I-20, in order to proceed with the further documentation part. So while I was aware, like I will be needing a lump sum amount of finance. So I contacted EduLoans for that purpose in order to just, at least guide me through the process or how to apply for the loan and get it sanctioned. So that the complete process. So I approached EduLoans and I guess Akshay Dhumal was went to assist me. So he guided me through the process. Like he showed me these are various banks that can be approached for loans, like
Hmm.
nationalized bank, private banks, everything. And also there are every bank has a different criteria for the sanction process. Like the few of them have non-collaterals, few of them have collaterals, co-signers. Everything is involved. So he showed me various options which like few of them had collaterals, few of them had non-collateral. So Empower, Prodigy, BOB, Credila, these were the various options. So then, like what I felt is Empower, Prodigy were the best fit according to me
Okay, and why
because
was that?
see, so one of the main factors was unlike other banks, it had no major form filling procedure or to
So
submit the
convenience.
documents in person. It was very convenient. No need of in person, online, and it was, to be
Okay,
honest, it
it
was.
was fast.
So I
Nice.
thought Prodigy was the better option to go for.
So,
So Akshay,
no, so also the Prodigy also doesn't take a co-signer. So that was one thing you didn't want to get
yeah,
your parents involved
it,
in your loan
right,
process. That was
exactly.
one of your criteria
That's
as
what I
well,
was
right?
saying. It had no collateral. It had no co-signer to be involved. It was just me. The student has
Okay.
to fill it out. That's it. No other
Okay.
details were required.
So then what happened? So once you decided that this is the best loan process for you, how did EduLoans help you with in terms of filling up the documentation, and what all set of application form requirements you generally have at Prodigy?
Okay. So basically, Prodigy had decided to go with Prodigy itself. So the first most criteria Prodigy keeps is the university which you get admitted into should be listed in their list. So fortunately, the universities which I got admit into were listed in their list. So that was like the easier part, not to deal with it hardly. So that was done. Then there were some basic details regarding the applicant, like the basic ones, and then few of the part were quite confusing related to uh, the amount, because they were very
Okay.
specific to how much amount will you be needing for a semester, how much will be maximum and minimum both
Mm-hmm.
for every semesters. Masters is
Okay.
a 2-year degree program, so they were
Correct.
splitting the amount into various semesters. So I had to go through all the process, and I was a bit confused about that. But fortunately, Akshay Dumal helped me out.
Mm-hmm.
And then after filling out this process, I had to just submit the form and had to wait for their approval within a week.
Okay.
So once I submitted the form, and within a week it was approved.
Okay.
And later on, they had asked for they have a certain limit to be sanctioned. Okay, so let's
Okay.
say if the IIT amount is of $30,000,
Mm-hmm.
so making it twice for 2 years, it comes up to $60,000. So
Okay.
they have certain amount. Let's say they
Mm-hmm.
might give 55, or in some cases they might even give you 65. So
Okay.
it depends on the university to university. So based
Okay.
on the university which I was applying for, so they came with a certain limit, it's a 57,000. So for the remaining gap, I had to show some uh, finance documents for covering that as well.
Mm-hmm. So
So
was the amount given like 57,000 or dollars, was it sufficient for your studies? So are you
yeah, it, it,
filing
it
that it
was
is sufficient?
sufficient. Right, it
Okay.
was sufficient. Actually, they make sure the amount is sufficient because, uh, as you know, it is not every time the actual amount is supposed to be filled out. Like doubling the I-20 is not the
Okay.
actual amount. It is just to show to the university and to the officials like this
Mm-hmm.
is the amount. So that's all.
So they were
But for a
considerate.
student, it is more than a sufficient. Yeah, they were.
So
They were
they were considered on giving you what you actually require so that you don't have any
required. Right. It
requirement after that. Okay. So what, like you were talking about another document, financial document, which you had to submit to show the remaining balance. So how did you go about doing that?
we had to just show a bank letter of some FD or anything. It was a very small gap to be filled. So I just showed the bank statement of the FDs or any savings. So it's not, I told you, it's not the case with every student. It depends on the university. So in many cases, they might even exceed the amount, which is more than enough. So yes, they are quite considerable in this case.
Perfect. So obviously, Akshay Dumal, how did all this was told to you in advance and the process clarified at the start? So no surprises during the process?
No, there weren't any surprises,
So,
fortunately.
so everything went super smooth.
Yes, but I think there should not be any surprise as far as, like, if you have anyone very much well aware of the process, then there should be no problems, I suppose.
Okay. So now that you have taken the loan, so you have now taken the first disbursement. So how did the disbursement happen? How did you go about getting the disbursement?
Right. So once all the documentation and approval part was done from their side,
Hmm.
the only part was remaining for the student to travel abroad and start with the course, like at least start with the orientation process. Because one of the good things is the student has no involvement in this process. So there is no headache for the student. The bank directly contacts the university, and upon the approval of the university, the disbursement is done. So in my case, after coming over here, after the orientation and enrollment was done from my side, so the bank communicated university about the e-signing, and after the
Okay.
university confirmed it, it was my job to just e-sign on the sanction letter. So that
Okay.
was just one click process actually. So
Again, very
once,
simple.
again, very simple. You just need to go through the formalities. That's it. Is to read through the terms and conditions and just sign it up. That's how smooth it was. So once I
Okay.
signed, within 4 to 5 days, it was disbursed to the university.
And then how did you disburse it to in your account? So did how so that was so then the
Yeah.
university
So
what happened on that
right.
side?
So as I told you, they have certain amount for every semester. So the maximum amount which they have decided for a particular semester, uh, that's the amount they disburse to the university, and university just takes out the actual fees for the semester, because the maximum fees is given by the bank and not the university, and university is only
Okay,
concerned with the current semester fees. So the
correct.
remaining amount, the university directly asks me to just fill in my bank details in the portal, and the very next day it is transferred to the bank.
Okay, so transferred in your account which you opened in the US when you reached there, right?
Yes, yes, the
Perfect.
account in
So
US.
correct.
Right.
So the amount which it disburses Prodigy Finance per semester is decided by you
Mhm.
or decided by Prodigy.
So while you fill the form, they give you options to decide what's the minimum amount, what's the maximum amount you want
Hmm.
for a semester. So
Okay.
the range is different from their side, but it's the applicant's job to decide what specific amount should it be.
Okay. Okay. So this is just like a question. Obviously, you didn't have any problem. So, do
Mhm.
you think any of your friends who have applied along with you or part of it, any kind of points they got stuck up in or things which they should watch out for?
No, I don't think it. Just this minimum and maximum amount range is quite new for every applicant, because in other banks it's not the case. So just stuck. They just get confused for this particular section. Like what amount should I actually mention? But I think that's not a big task. What I thought, to just mention the average of minimum and maximum.
That's that's that's
So
that's the logical way of going about it. Yeah. So
that's the
max.
logical way, right?
So,
So nothing to
correct.
worry. It's just a new task for them. So people tend to get confused.
Okay. Now, what also happened is, what are you doing during the summer now? How does it go? Are you currently taking up courses? What are you doing right now at IUPUI?
So right now the summer break is going on,
Okay.
and also fortunately I got to work as a research assistant at
Wow.
IUPI itself.
Very nice.
So currently that is going on. I'm working on that, on a project.
Okay. So fair enough. So currently you're working, you are, okay. So how did the first, now is at the time of your study, do you have to repay
Mhm.
anything in Prodigy? Are they asking you to repay anything back at the time of study?
No, they
Okay, so
aren't.
everything. Okay, so what was your net APR? So how much was your cost and what was your APR of the loan?
The $2,000.
Okay, and how much is the APR? How much is the interest rate and what is the APR which they charged you?
Right. So interest rate for the first disbursement, like they do have this process of making variations in the interest rates according to the disbursement. So if
Mm-hmm.
suppose there are disbursements, there might be three different interest rates as of now. So
Mm-hmm.
currently it is 9.62
Okay.
for the last disbursement that I had. The interest rate is 9.62,
So,
and the amount was somewhere near $15,000. The first disbursement, it
mhm.
was $15,000.
Okay. Obviously, do you know that Prodigy Finance is based on LIBOR and LIBOR has actually come down. So our actual effective rate is actually down. Can you see that on your portal
Okay.
in terms of when you look at Prodigy?
Okay. Recently, I haven't been to the portal,
Okay.
But I will surely check what's
Correct.
the effect actually.
Yeah, the effective
Mm-hmm.
rate has come down drastically for Prodigy, and that is one thing which would have benefited you. Okay, so currently you have basically you didn't take any parents' help, you didn't take any in terms of any collateral, and they kind of approved you based on your profile with
No.
WorkX, and you are currently in the US. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of, so tell me something about how did you edu loans help you empower your dreams, and how Prodigy actively is playing a part in it in terms of your journey.
So as I told you, like I didn't have any headache about the finance because I already had decided to go with the loan itself while
Hmm.
pursuing the MS. So like even I'm after coming over here, I'm in close contact with Akshay Dumal. So back in my mind, I have a relief. Like if anything comes up, so he is there to assist. So I think for
Nice to
the
hear that.
rest, right. So I'm just counting on Prodigy, like because the current situations are affecting many of the organizations. So fortunately, that's not the case with Prodigy. I guess they are dealing with it quite well. So hoping that in the coming semesters, nothing affects them.
So, thank you for the session. And in terms of the session is really insightful for students who are looking at Prodigy
Hmm.
Finance, and we are helping students out with getting all the loans. And Akshay Dumal is one of obviously the loan counselors, and we kind of help them
Hmm.
out. So thank you, my friend, and hope you do your RA. And then when does the semester start after this?
In mid-August, the fall
So
semester
you
would be
are free
starting
till,
in mid-August.
घूमने जा रहा है या नहीं?
And नहीं फिलहाल तो सब बंद है. You must be aware what things are going on in USA right
Corona,
now.
Corona things
So
are. So,
actually,
हाँ बोलो. Hmm. हाँ,
it's
tell me.
wise not to go out of house during such crisis.
ठीक है,
It's wise.
but you are financially secure, and you have paid your fees, and you've got future is settled in terms of your loan process. So that one is very clearly taken care of.
Right, right.
Done, Aniket. So thank you, Aniket.
Same here, same here.
We will be appreciating, and good that you have lived and you are living your dream, and we have played a small part in enabling that, and look forward to see you soon.
No, actually a bigger part, because this is one of the key factors. So that is indeed helpful.
Thank you, thank you. So same to you as well. And take care and enjoy your day.
Yeah, take care.